So what was your family's story about growing up in the Philippines? Tell me about your life before coming out here.
Oh, we were actually a little bit in the poorer side of economic strata. Although my parents were able to send us to school and have some properties for us be to inherit, some kind of, yeah. So they were able to give us education and some Christian training and stuff. So um, it was kind of a good life over there.
What are
So I have
some memories of your childhood growing up with 10 siblings?
Yeah, 6 girls and I have 4 brothers. So it's a lot in the family. So, but we used to gather together. We sing, we dance. You know, we argue, just like normal children.
What about your family growing up?
Yeah, so my father was a pastor and my mom was a daughter of a minister too. So like we're in the Levite clan, but so there were just like 3 of us, one sister and one brother. So it's not as chaotic probably as Benjie's family, but we also, my parents also made sure that they pass on the baton of Christian faith to us, and also they also gave us education, and so pretty much I think when we were growing up, it was mostly like church activities for us, and growing up also in the Philippines, it's nothing like here where there's just really a lot of options here, like there's a lot of activities, a lot of sports, and just so many things for young kids. But for us, when growing up, we didn't really have that, I think. So church activities is, I think, one of the things that was just naturally, like we'll go to, and yeah, and I think like getting music education there is also very expensive. So so yeah, I think it was mostly like church activities for me, and choir, joining the choir and all that. And my parents also sent us to like a Christian university, so it was an easy transition for me to be able to be involved in church activities and choir and all that. So.
How did you meet each other?
At the church, when I finished my degree, my first job is into sales, so I was assigned in their island, in Mindanao. So I was selling agricultural chemicals and also sell myself.
Well, I think for me it's not love at first sight, but probably like love at first sound because I heard his voice while I was in a room, and I was like, that is a very I love that voice.
Wow. So tell me about, like, you got married and you had your life in the Philippines. What was that like, and what caused you then to move here to the U.S.?
Our life there is kind of okay, but I've been waiting for my dad's petition. My dad was a veteran, so he was a member of the Philippine Scout who fought with the United States Armed Forces in the Far East during World War II. So he's one of the survivors of the Bataan Death March. So, and because of that, he was given the opportunity to be American citizen. So because of that, he grabbed the opportunity, although it was kind of late in his life. He's around 63, 65. Yeah, and because of the opportunity, he said, you have to grab it for us. It's not for him, but for us. And he said, let's just have this opportunity given to us, by God, and then you just see for yourself if you like it there. If not, we can go back here and continue with our life, Let's just grab this opportunity. So when he got his citizenship, So my mom and our youngest sister, who is below the majority age, who was the ones who were able to come right away. And then for us, the other siblings, it took us maybe 4 to 14 years waiting for our petition to be processed to come here. So in my case, it was maybe 13 years waiting. So I said, it's too late already because I'm already in my 30s. Because if you are petitioned as a single and then you get married, so the processing would impact the time coming over. So he said, oh, you wait. He said, no, it's already too late for me. So if God is still willing for us to come here, then we'll grab the opportunity. If not, we are fine in the Philippines. So it's not really that big of a deal, you know. So that's why when our petition was approved, although we're already married with 2 kids, we said, okay, so God is giving us the go signal to go to the U.S., then we'll just go, okay, we'll go. And so we grabbed the opportunity that was given to us.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as Benjie said, when the application was approved, we already have our 2 boys. Benj, our eldest, wasn't even 2 years old, and our second son, Pietro, was not even a year old. So they were really very young. But at that time, you know, like a lot of things have changed for us, like even our priorities. That's why maybe Benjie said, like, if I'm going there just by myself, it's no big deal. You know, like, I mean, I'm not going or something like that. So, so they were very young, and it was, and for me especially, I already settled into this ideal life that I was thinking from a young family, like raising my children close to my parents and being part of a very close-knit church community where my father was a pastor. And I also was working as an accountant for Nestle Philippines, and Benjie was working at the Department of Research and Extension for the...
There's an agricultural college over there.
Yeah.
So.
So it was very hard for me to be taken out from that comfort zone. And I remember the day my dad gave us the notice from the U.S. Embassy telling us that we need to start, you know, preparing for the move. I was crying. I think I was sad. You know, I think I was grieving already for the life that I would leave behind. So, yeah, and I think I pleaded to God that if we are really moving, then it better be a better life, not for me or for Benjie, but for our children. You know, like we had dreams for our children. You know, not so much of the material things, but very intangible things like, you know, not losing our faith and education, and you know, being immersed in our culture in a place where it's foreign to us. So.